Game time, soldier.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Playing Islam.
Yes, sir. We made it.
Yeah, I made it. We
Yeah,
here.
we made it, bro. And long time coming,
By the
but
grace of Allah.
by the grace of Allah, but inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy how, like, we ran into, we met, I think we formally met each other maybe 3 months ago, but in a span of 3 months, how our universe are literally united. For real. Collided. Like, you know my people, I know your people, and now all we do now is actually talk about, okay, the projects we got going on and how we're gonna build.
Yeah.
So
Just the only worthy conversation is building at this point.
At this point in physical reality and the time in which we live,
And spiritual reality.
spiritual
Mental
reality, right now, what else are we gonna talk about?
Yeah. That part.
Let's open up. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful. All praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, and Master of the Day of Judgment. Thee alone do we serve, thee alone do we beseech for divine aid. Guide us on the right path, the path upon whom thou hast bestowed favors, not upon whom thy wrath has been brought down, nor upon those who go astray. Amin.
Amin.
But yeah, it's these times we require this attitude to get out and not allow slackness, idle talk, anything like that, because it's not necessary.
And it's counterproductive, actually.
Facts. Yeah.
When you're trying to build, it's like taking bricks away.
Facts.
We're trying to add.
Facts.
It's all about, it's not about liabilities, and it's more assets. It's all assets.
All assets. Yeah, and anything that is not conducive to increasing your assets at this point is a liability.
Right.
So, and even when we talk, like, there's literally no space, no room for anything that's not conducive to us going where we need to go. And that doesn't mean we are afraid. It's just like, no, we get, I think it's both you and I, we get joy, and it feels good to actually talk about productive things.
God talk.
No, for real. It's God talk.
Yeah.
It's God talk. And when you're involved in this podcast, we call this podcast God Talk because it's conducive to the mission. Mm-hmm. Now, that doesn't mean we're wholly speaking stereotypically holy like Mormons and not cursing. No, just like, no. Everything that we're doing is focused on Allah. It's focused on God and focused on service to Him. So
focused on the work.
Focus, yeah, that's what it is. It comes down to. It's focus on the work, bro. And that's what it comes down to. Is work is the essence of faith manifested.
That part. Yeah, that part.
All right.
Once you get past the belief and then you're doing the work. You know what I mean?
Man. Facts. And you were hitting home just the point, like a lot of our I'm not going to mention specific religious names, but spiritual brethren will say that what is said often is all you need is faith. Right. All you need is faith.
What is faith without work?
It's cap. No, for real.
It's lies.
No, it's cap.
Yeah.
It's cap. You're not. You are. It's spiritual masturbation.
It's a tree that bears no fruit.
Absolutely. And we live in a physical reality that requires physical manifestation. So if you're just relying on belief and not using your belief to bring sustenance to better your existence, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Absolutely.
For real. Oh. You're being idle. You're being idle.
And idle time is the devil's workshop?
Absolutely. And the devil's workshop is, as of right now, it's planet Earth. Right?
Yeah.
To be very clear. That is what we are currently living in right now. And it is a result of the people, first of all, not having the knowledge of God, the true knowledge of God. And those who do, not acting upon it and manifesting these works to usher in a kingdom.
Well, by design.
Facts.
By design. The devil is hard at work.
Facts.
You know, he's a believer in God because he 100% of the time is working on his mission, which is to distract us. He
Facts.
knows that God exists and works in that way. Like, okay, this is what I'm here for. I'm gonna do it to the best of my ability.
To the best of my ability.
Oh.
Yeah.
We got to be found matching that energy. Like, I'm gonna do what God said to the best of my ability, or we're not true believers as we say we are.
No, for real, bro. For real. And that intensity by which he operates, Satan, it's high level. Because his survival he has calculated that his survival is dependent on that. Now, other option is you could just submit and be at peace and not have to feel like you're hastily rushing to continue your world. It's not in its nature to do like it's still an option on the table. I guess it is within the realm of possibility.
I think about it like the devil has made us to believe that he's God's enemy. Like he's on the same playing field as God somehow. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
God doesn't even function or care about what the devil's got going on. God wants us to ascend to the point where we don't have to care about what the devil's got going on.
Facts.
You know?
Facts.
He's insignificant when you're not easily corrupted. When you're, walking in that line of your purpose, you don't matter.
At all.
At all.
At all.
The war is not physical fighting with the devil.
No.
The war is mental and spiritual to the point where the devil becomes insignificant.
Facts. And the only thing that matters is your purpose.
Yeah.
And the execution of that.
Yep.
And the trick. And the trick is thinking that the devil does matter.
Yeah. The trick is distraction.
Facts.
Distraction with convenience.
Facts.
Distraction with whatever he can throw at you. And he's going to try as hard as he can. That's why we can't fathom the depths of Satan. Because he's going to do everything he can think of.
Facts.
He's not going to stop. Why would he stop?
Facts.
When he stops, he becomes insignificant.
Facts. Facts. Yeah. And I think, and I'll speak personally, is like my trap is thinking that it's actually a competition.
Yeah.
No, for real.
That's it.
For real. It's like, I'm like, oh no, I bet, and then like the metaphor, not your metaphor, the actual dream you have where you had to describe it. It's actually, you describe the dream with the running and the ground falling under you, because that was, when you said that gave me goosebumps. I was like, that's what it is. That's literally what's happening.
So it was like a recurring dream I had when I was younger.
Yeah.
Recurring meaning it happened maybe 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And basically, I saw myself running, and every time I turned around, I would look at the ground crumbling below my feet, and it would be like that, just that step that I could take, that one more step. Each step was me saving my life, because the floor that was below that last step is now gone.
Yeah.
Pits of fire below me.
Yeah.
And at the same time, there's this hand, and it's capable of carrying me.
Yeah.
Directly behind me, right above the pit of fire.
Oh man.
The hand, I had this notion that the hand was the presence of God. And it was just like, if I fell back into the hand, I was falling back into heaven and I'd be safe.
Facts.
But at the same time, if I slowed down from running, I felt this fear that I could fall. And it was just like, how do you stop yourself from running and allow yourself to trust that you can fall back into this hand and be safe? And to me, that it's just the epitome of like what we're surviving through. Like, it's survival mode.
It's the psychology of survival.
Yeah.
That's literally what that represents.
And it took me years to understand it.
Yeah.
When I was younger, it was just a nightmare. It was,
yeah. And then right now, it's our reality, because we're still in this. You and I both have this psychology of thinking we have to run to keep up with the crumbling world of Satan.
True.
For real. And we know, you and I both know, 1, this is Satan's world. Actual facts.
Mm-hmm.
And we operate from that truth. 2, it's crumbling.
It's almost over.
Almost over. We know this to be true.
Yeah.
But yet, we have this psychology running program in our mind of keeping up with this. There's part of us that's still trying to keep up with this world.
Staying connected to the ground is staying connected to the devil's world.
Absolutely.
You know,
Now, by ground, do you mean actual ground?
the actual floor,
Okay.
the floor that we're running on. Like it's when you reach that higher level of consciousness, you no longer need the ground. You know, you're
Levitating?
yeah,
Okay.
mentally, spiritually.
I understand.
You know,
Okay.
and then if I guess eventually physically, if you can, you know,
It's physically possible.
get to that level of
For
understanding.
real. Okay. Yeah. So what? So I guess what is the ground represents? What outside of the actual physical ground? What does the ground represent?
I mean, to me, it just
Yeah.
it represents this world as it is.
Thanks.
You know,
Yeah.
and heaven, which to me is a real place, not necessarily as in you go there, but a stage of existence that you can create, right?
Facts.
An understanding of the world that's around you and how the ground that you're on doesn't constitute your reality. Like you can be in heaven in this reality now.
Facts. Facts.
You just gotta let go and let God.
Let go and let God. Indeed.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And I just we know this to be true. Like I'm just like wow. So why?
I would say we're at the stage of belief right now. We got to get to the stage of knowledge.
Facts, bro.
Because if we knew, we would just be like, oh, let's go.
Let's go. Yeah.
But we believe.
We believe.
We believe that hand behind us is safety. We believe that heaven exists. We can imagine it, but we can't touch, taste, smell, see, hear it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
We can just it's just here. It's in the mind.
Yeah.
It's a possibility.
Yeah, man. And this is what I'm realizing is this battle. It's a battle for my psychology. The psychology of heaven and peace.
It's a battle on all fronts.
Facts. No,
The
for real.
psychology part of it is the
Facts.
mental.
It's the mental.
You know?
Facts.
You know?
No, seriously.
And then the waning of our faith is the spiritual.
Facts.
Every time we slip up, every time we backslide, every time we do something that we know is not right, but we do it anyway, that's the spiritual.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the physical is the result of it.
Facts.
It's the lowest form of communication, but it's like it exists.
Facts, man. And I'm gonna just there are days when I wake up and I feel like I wake up and I'm automatically in faith. Like, oh, I'm good. Oh, we got by today. And then there are other days when I wake up in confusion and I wake up in the survival mode. And then I got to keep up with that sinking ground. You know, you get what I'm saying though?
I
It's
do.
completely different competing psychologies.
And I believe, I haven't tested this theory yet because I haven't had the opportunity.
Yeah.
But I believe it's the air we breathe, the food we eat, you know.
Facts.
It's
for real.
It's the music and the TV that we watch and
Facts.
listen to. It's everything that this devil's world has to offer.
Facts.
That creep in. We might be on a high today.
Facts.
And then we allow these stimuli to creep in, and it takes us off tomorrow.
Facts. And it's off, and that 1 degree off before we go to bed, and then we're in a different dimension when we sleep, and Allah takes us, or the Satan, maybe that night Satan got a grip of us.
Sleep is just the time that our brain processes the things that happened the day before.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
You know, so like our brain is just like making it make sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, whatever you experienced in that day before, it's with you when you sleep, and then you wake up and you're that 1 degree off.
Exactly.
I'm like, imagine if we could live in a world that was like, we didn't have the pollution in our air.
Facts.
And the chemtrails and whatnot.
I feel you.
You know, we didn't have pollution in our food.
Facts.
We didn't have the pollution of our minds.
Mm-hmm.
Those things just weren't. Imagine the amount of creativity that would burst.
Facts.
You know.
Yeah. And then now I'm going to ask you, do you have the same experience with waking up with the different psychologies?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, like that. And that sometimes it's dread. Sometimes it could be dread.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even like sleeping because of it.
So you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I'd rather be working.
I feel you, bro.
I'd rather be getting something done because it's like, ugh, I don't want to process this.
Yeah, man. And it's like, there have been times because this year specifically for me, I've had some turbulence, bro. Because it's been difficult to actually wake up because I wake up and I'm like, Faith, where the hell are you?
Bro, I've had times
Where are
where
you?
I could sleep for like days on end,
Bro, yeah.
and I realized that,
Talk about this year specifically, or just your life in general.
in general,
Yeah.
this is something I've always had to deal with.
This is
Like,
what you got. Yeah.
yeah,
You know exactly what I'm
if I
talking
get
about.
too comfortable, I'll just sleep
Yeah, man.
days, and it's like something's wrong with you. Yeah, something's wrong.
Something's wrong.
But that something wrong doesn't ever go anywhere. It's just I manage it by being productive.
Facts, man. Facts. Yeah. And what I mean, ideally, what I just want to be able to wake up in faith, wake up with that, like, that drive and that vigor,
All the time.
all the time,
Every day.
And it is possible.
Yeah,
it is possible.
You can get there.
It is.
You can get there.
So is it just like, I don't know, I'm talking out loud, wondering, like, is it still that, we're still, quote unquote, paying karmic debt? Are we like still dealing? Because what I realize is when you do sin, Satan's got a tap on your ass, and that's an opportunity for him to, I guess, affect you in a negative way because you've opened up that portal.
Yeah.
And you can call it karma. You know what I'm saying?
When you do sin,
Facts.
it's a slippery slope.
Facts.
For you to do more, just a little bit more the next time, and then
Facts,
more
man.
the next time.
Facts.
Yeah.
So, and I'm just trying to like process it, why, because I have, with this year of like having those days of not wanting to really wake up, it's also been me realizing all the shit that I've done. And let's be clear, we are in that period of judgment, and who is the judge? That self-accusing spirit.
For sure.
So maybe it is the fact that you and I are just, this is part of the game. It's like, now we're like, okay, yeah, you guys are righteous now.
Not just what I've done, but what I haven't done.
Facts, bro. No, for real.
You know?
For real.
The weight of what I haven't accomplished.
That's brutal. Or the weight of what I've postponed and procrastinated upon. Right?
And
no, that's real.
And knowing your potential, knowing what you're capable of in the right circumstances.
Facts.
But the right circumstances don't exist. You have to create them.
Absolutely.
You know?
We as God Body are responsible for creating those circumstances.
Creating our reality.
Facts. But yeah, you niggas ain't doing that. Y'all, Adam ain't doing that.
God had to say, be and it is. He had to create his reality. Why wouldn't we have to create ours?
It's real, bro. And we've got something to start with.
Uh-huh. He gave us the platform.
Facts.
He gave us, heaven, the control of the fish, the fowl, the sea.
Yes.
And we don't do nothing with it.
No.
We allow them to hand us our fish, the fowl, and,
Facts, bro. Yeah. And then we slip. We're comfortable, even though life is miserable.
He gives us conveniences to make us not want to actually do work.
Facts. And what I do know is this feeling in the morning. It's uncomfortable, right? And it's not every day. Today was actually, this past like couple weeks has been good.
Yeah, when you're productive, it feels
when
great.
you're productive, because I've been productive.
You can wake up and know you earned your sleep.
For real, bro. And the thing, what I've really been feeling is like when Satan gets a hold of your mind, like he makes you perceive reality different, but also feel different. Like there's times where like I just don't feel like pushing.
Yeah.
And that's the scary part, is that how deep the fangs are. That's how deep the grip is. And it's like I don't feel like being productive.
He's a figure that you created. He exists within you. So he knows exactly which buttons to push.
Facts.
Control over him is control over yourself.
Absolutely.
Control over your lower desires. It's not some external force.
No.
It's your lower desires. It's the things that you want to do.
Facts, man.
Because all of the all of the things that surround you and created who you are to this day.
Facts.
All of the traumas and all of the,
aberrations.
Yeah.
Man, and it's crazy, like all of my lower desire, my specific we all got our bag.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
We all have got our specific bag. Satan's cheat codes. He's like, I know how I get this one.
Mm-hmm.
These are his X, Y, and Z. And I can get stimulated and triggered and be like, ooh, there's that one. I want that. And I see it for what it is. It's like, oh, this is okay. This is lower self. This is a trap. And at the same time, still have that desire to pursue it. At the same time.
For sure.
To even know what it is.
It gets stronger the more you're on your shit.
Yeah.
The more you're on your dean, the stronger the influence is. It's
Facts,
like,
bro.
I did some good shit. I deserve to
facts.
Yeah,
And
just a little bit
no, for real.
in that direction.
For real.
You know, I'll be all right.
And that does, it's very, and I know I'm objective enough to know for what it is, but I'm talking about the actual feeling of desire to pursue it. It's very strong.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Because it's literally you.
It's facts, man. No, it is me, and the only reason that keeps you from acting on it is discipline. Like if I didn't have discipline, I would just, and that's who I used to be. I would just do it.
Yeah.
And then I would justify it, and that would be my reality, lower self. And that's where I was. Now that I've ascended above that, but to
Don't say
no, facts.
See, when you start to say that,
I understand.
That's when the test goes.
I understand. So now okay, I'm not risen above,
Now
but
that I'm working.
that I'm working, and I'm objective to it, but just to see and feel that lower self as like an actual entity within me, to know for what it is, and still know that it has power over me, but to
My mom taught me to say, "Get behind me, Satan."
facts.
When you say that out loud, the reality of it sinks in, and it's just like, that was really Satan.
For real.
You know, that's how he works.
It's
Thinking that he's some dude with a pitchfork, that helps you desensitize yourself from him.
facts.
He's like, I don't see nobody with no pitchfork.
No.
I never seen nobody with no
Yeah.
pitchfork.
Yeah.
That's not how he comes. That's not how he would come.
No. He's closer. What did we say? He's closer to you than your life ain't? That's right here.
He's
He's right here.
here. He's here. He's in there.
He's in there. And for
He don't go away. He's gonna be there, right?
facts.
You have to live with him.
Yeah.
Mastering him is the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's everything
It's everything. That is
and nothing at the same
facts.
time.
That's the warfare. That's the warfare, the internal.
Yeah.
Jihad, right? That's what it is. That is literally what it is.
Yeah.
But just having it, bro, I'm telling you, like I feel it physically inside of me. It feels like there's at times like it feels like an entity. You know what I'm saying? Like
But it is though. It is though.
For real.
And he's a farmer. He's in there planting seeds.
And he's so cold.
Yeah.
He's so cold. Like, just the way, like, because I get when it happens, I'm like, damn, that was nice, bro. Like, God, you really came like that.
He's tailor made. Like if I gave you my devil and you gave me your devil, the devil would be lost. You don't know how to control me because it's your devil.
It's my devil.
Your devil is perfectly tuned to perfectly
Attack,
control you.
bro. For real.
Like if your devil was in me and he's telling me to do something, it's like I have no reason to listen because those aren't my afflictions. Those are my issues.
Bro.
He's tailor made for each individual. Each one of us has our own little things
Facts.
that he knows how to like. I'm gonna get you with this one, and he'll start small, and it'll be a little thing,
So
a
small.
little itch in the back of your head, and it's
So
just
small.
like
Oh, she was nice.
that's how it'll start.
That's how it starts. That's how it starts.
And the fact is, yeah, she's nice.
She's a nice human being.
She wouldn't be nice if she wasn't nice. Like that wouldn't be how he would get you if she wasn't what you already were into.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, for real. Yeah, but the good part of knowing this real Satan, this devil within, it's like it is such a real and visceral battle daily that I don't give a damn about what's going on.
I don't presume to know him, right?
Yeah.
Because I understand that we can't fathom the depths of Satan.
Facts.
I let him do his thing.
Yeah.
And when I recognize him doing his thing, I'm like, oh, get behind me, Satan.
Get behind me. Yeah.
When I don't recognize it, I might get caught up, but then that's a lesson.
That is a lesson.
And I appreciate the lessons.
Yeah. Facts.
Because that's how I get stronger.
Facts, man. Facts. I remember and like going back to like college and high school, like those years. Like when I figured out, oh man, now I can do shit. Okay. And just this entity ran my life.
Mhm.
That's who I was. That's who I was. And he's cool. He's funny. You know what I'm saying? He's still me. You feel me?
All the things that you enjoy about yourself in this world, in this iteration of life.
Yeah.
That's
him. That's him. And I like him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He likes to party hard and sleep all day. Like,
Facts, man. Facts.
what's not to like?
Not to like. Girls like him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
we had a very good time.
He's Mr. Good Time.
He's Mr. That's what he is. He's Mr. Good Time. So I guess it's hard. It's hard to let go of him.
Yeah.
Right? It's hard. And it's,
And see, like, letting go of him isn't even possible because he's a part of
he's
you.
you. He's us. He's me.
It's minimizing his control as much as you can to the point where he has none.
Yeah. Facts.
Like, he can whisper and you no longer hear it because you're so on your shit.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for real.
You know?
Yeah. And
then and the way that you know that you're on your shit is because you can look and see the works that you've done.
Facts.
You know, you look back and it's just like, I've accomplished because I was able to master all of those weaknesses.
Yeah. That's real. That's real. And that's personal validation. And you look back and you be like, okay, okay.
And then don't even accept the credit for all that you've done.
Facts.
Hit it with the all praises due to Allah.
All praises due to Allah.
Because the second you accept the credit, then that's one of him. Like,
that's him.
It's him creeping in. It's
and
like, look what you've done.
Look at you. You the guy.
You the shit.
You the shit, bro. You the man. You the guy, bro.
You raw.
You facts. You raw. And it's funny that all little what I call them derivatives of the nation. And that it's just manifestations of niggas thinking they raw.
Yeah.
They thinking that the God. Yeah. For real.
Yeah.
And that's no disrespect. That's just what it is.
It happens when you don't learn submission.
Facts.
You know, when you don't learn discipline, you don't learn submission to his will.
Facts.
You create your own will.
Yeah.
And you can spiral.
Facts.
And don't even recognize that that's the devil in the driver's seat.
Devil in the driver's seat, but it with high power because you've confused the devil for God.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yep.
So if you hit it with all praises due to Allah, then you're giving the power to where it goes, the person that can manage it.
Facts.
You know?
Yeah. Facts. And given that to understand Satan in this way, it makes now me praying absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And that doesn't make the job easier. It gives me the strength to combat it.
Objectively, it just is what it is.
It is.
It's just necessary.
It is necessary. And you get to a point where you migrate from, I have to pray. It's like, I get to pray and I must pray to get to where I'm going. Because this battle is real.
Facts.
Is very real. And it's crazy. Like, you can't fathom the depths of Satan, but it's the depths of Satan within you.
Yeah.
And you can't fathom the depths of your own deceptive intelligence. That's the scary part.
Yeah.
And then that whole battle doesn't stop.
It's a spiral. It just can continue. It doesn't have a depth, realistically.
It doesn't.
It doesn't have to stop. It just continues to go until you're no longer in existence.
Yeah. Yeah. And
you can't serve two masters, you know? You gotta pick one.
Yeah. Facts, man.
And the idea of trying to decide that you're gonna just do what you want to do is trying to serve both. And it's like, that's what makes people lose their mind.
Facts. And I've been there. And I ain't going back.
Right.
I ain't going back because I tried to, I went full tilt the other way.
I've never had the ability to go there, right? Everything that I've done, I've always known where I was supposed to go.
Facts.
And and it would be like a slip, but it's like I can't go too far in the opposite direction because my foundation was this.
Facts.
And even when I tried to, like,
the foundation was
Islam.
Facts.
Even when I tried to do things that were against what it is that we believe, it's like it was always calling my name. It never let me go.
No, your foundation was, who was the original man? Who was the original man?
Yeah.
Yeah, the original man.
The Asiatic black man, maker, owner, cream of the planet Earth,
God of the universe. That was your foundation.
Yeah.
And that is stuck with you for your life in these 30-something plus years.
And I think that, you know, the more
I didn't have that foundation. But because I have the foundation, that's why Allah allowed me to go crazy, to realize you are chasing the phantom of Satan's temporary material universe.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, bro, you're going to have to go crazy so you can understand that there's no satisfaction down this path.
We love the devil because the devil gives us nothing.
We love the devil because the devil gives us nothing.
Yeah.
And I was chasing literally nothing to insanity. And Allah allowed that to get me to who is the original man.
Yeah.
I had to go through it for me to see and feel this truth as the truth. And I'm thankful for it. But now I am also understanding of, now that I have children, it's like, okay, they need that foundation.
When you're living according to the devil's way, the truth hurts.
It hurts very much.
Yeah.
It hurts a lot.
Yeah.
It hurts a lot because you have to realize that you've been deceived. And it's very difficult to convince someone that they've been lied to and deceived.
Pride. And pride comes before the fall.
Facts.
So if you allow it to creep in, it will take you down.
Yep. And this world is very proud. It's very proud. Like the people that are
imagine the
clinging
amount of
on.
pride that it takes to walk up to God and say, I don't like that. I'm going to do it this way.
It's a lot of pride, man.
That's the devil.
That's the devil. Yeah.
That's what he did.
It's what he...
And now he's making us into him. That's his job.
It's his job.
He's on his job.
He is.
He knows it. He worships to the creator because he understands who created him.
Facts.
He's never lost that knowledge.
Facts.
And he's like, I will corrupt each and every one that you created.
Facts.
It's pride.
Facts. And for him to do that and know that Allah's the greatest, and you still gonna do this? That's the devil.
But that's what he was created
That's
for.
the devil.
That's what he was
That's the
created
devil.
for. Yeah.
That's the devil. For you to know who Allah is, know who God is, for real. Like, to actually know it. And still choose consciously to go against that.
It's like
Damn.
God created your big brother to test you, to make you do things, like against what we do in this household.
Yeah.
And the more you learn about the fact that your big brother is wrong, the more you're able to go along with what happens in his household. But as long as you're doing what the big brother is telling you to do, like, break this window or, start dad's car. Just you're causing chaos and you're going to continue to get in trouble and continue to get your ass beat. Like,
Gas beat, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to continue to get whooped.
Yep. And at some point, you don't have to learn your lesson. You just
Not everybody does.
Yeah, you just keep getting your ass whooped.
Yeah, some people die young.
Yeah. And then come back, do the same shit, right?
Yeah.
That's 85%. That's 85% of the world.
Yeah.
And just really, having. I'm very humble, and I have to be humble because the battle's never over. But having, I don't want to use the word conquered, but having had this recent battle, because the battles with Satan within the real test, it comes in waves.
Mm-hmm.
The glory comes in waves. The high, everything in life comes in waves. Mm. But this recent wave, I'm not gonna. Like I said, I'm not gonna. I feel like I've become victorious in this period of time.
Careful.
You see how I'm talking though, but you understand why.
Here's the reason why I don't say that stuff, right?
You're right, bro. I need to chill.
I look at life like a video game. Yeah. When you beat the previous boss, it's a harder boss.
That's where I'm at. I'm literally
and it's the same theme because it's the same game.
Oh God, I know now. Yeah.
So whatever you say you mastered, you don't have a stronger test right around the corner.
Oh God.
You gotta fight the little
terrifying.
You gotta fight all the little minions just to get to the next boss.
Just to get to the next. That's life is that video game.
And finishing the game, you become God. So if you're God, yo, say it. You know what I mean? I'm not God.
I'm not the most high.
No.
I'm not the most high.
I got work to do.
We both got work to do.
Yeah.
We are climbing. Yeah. We are climbing to the most high.
Yeah.
Because that door is open. Like we had that conversation for the podcast. It's like,
that's what every parent wants for their child.
Facts.
When he said, "Ye are all God's children of the Most High God," he's letting you know that you can attain this.
Facts.
With 100% submission.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like once you 100% submit, you can reach God level.
You can reach God.
But if you're not ready to 100% submit, stay within the 10%. Be safe there. Use 10% of your brain. Facts, and continue to operate with that 10%.
Facts, man.
Because if I give you this 90 and you controlling the universe, what you gonna do with it? You can't even conceive that.
No.
You haven't even mastered self.
No.
Let alone this planet.
Yeah. For real. For real.
Those are degrees.
Yes, they are.
That means you're a gamer. You put a game in front of you and you can master every one of them.
Yeah, yeah. But you're not the architect of the game yet.
No.
Not even close. You're still playing the games.
But once you reach 100% submission, then you can create your own games.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. And we're climbing to that level of submission. Because
that's the goal.
That's the goal.
That's what God wants for us.
Facts. And it's that hand in that dream.
Yeah.
Falling back in that hand.
Yeah.
Fall back in the pocket. Like, yo, what are you doing? Why are you chasing that? Fall back.
You don't even know what you're running to. You just know what you're running from.
Facts. Facts. Death.
That's what survival mode is.
That is. Yeah. No, for real. You're just running.
Yeah.
You're just running. And I would say, like, when I was waking up to spirituality back when I was like 25, I was definitely I had visions of just me running. Right? Like, just like, because there's dreams and there's visions. These are very like visions like during the day. I was like running, like, wait, what? Damn, and it's funny. It was always running, but to the beat of and to the music of Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's always what it was.
That's dope.
It's dope, right?
I'm not mad at that.
Me neither. But definitely running, and I'm like, because let's be very clear. There's an active enemy.
Yeah.
Very clear.
Yeah.
On our ass.
Yeah.
But.
Because he lives within, so he's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Facts. And there's like...
He don't even need to sleep. As soon as you wake up, he's already woke.
Yeah, man.
Working on you.
For real. And ideally, like I said, he ain't going to go nowhere. He's here. Self-master. I want to minimize his impact.
Yeah.
And like I said, the solution is productive. Well, the solution, first of all, is not doing nigga shit.
How do you not do nigga shit? Discipline.
So
prayer, fasting.
Facts. Yes. Yeah. And luckily, it's very clear for us. Actually, we needed 2 brothers in the Nation of Islam.
Mm-hmm.
I'm brother Adam X, brother Amin Muhammad. Because you didn't introduce yourself. You just pop. This is how it works. We come on and pop off. And it's God talk. We went right to God talk. Yeah. But yeah. So, brother, you born the nation. Son of 2 believers. I came to the nation 4 years ago. So I got my ex April 15, 2018. So yeah, it's been 4 years. So it's like I'm past college. You feel me? Beautiful. Yeah. So felt like like I said, I'm humble with talking. Like you said, you're right. The victory part, because I go on tangents, but I still had that visceral awareness of the next boss, the next bad guy boss. So I don't want to say anything about like gloating, but I've reached a new level, and I feel like these past bad guys, I've got a handle on them. There's still more to go, but I say all that to say that I don't know. I'm too busy looking at this future boss to remember my point.
I don't even focus on the past bosses.
No, you're right, man.
I don't focus on the next boss. I just do the work, and they become insignificant.
There we go. That's the solution, man.
You know what I mean?
That's the solution.
You work on yourself.
Facts.
You work on your tasks. You work on your goals.
Facts.
You work on your loved ones. You work on your enemies, you know?
Facts, man. Because
work.
Facts. And the thing is, what I want to pull from this, because like the psychologist is like, okay, cool, we could talk, we can complain about waking up. It's like, okay, what do we already got the praying and fasting. We could do that. Luckily we're to a point where it's natural. We understand. So it's like, what do we layer on in addition to that, so we don't that if we have that waking up and that feeling of wanting to just sleep more, what are things that we can do in the morning just get out of it? You know what I mean? Then that's what I actually care about.
I try to like think about things that I can do the day before that I need to do tomorrow.
I understand.
You plan your day out like that, and you don't have those problems. You know,
Boom.
you wake up with intention and with purpose.
Facts.
Then you don't oversleep.
Boom.
Oversleeping is, dreading the idea of thinking about what you need to do.
Dreading the idea of confronting the day.
Yeah,
because you don't have a plan of attack.
Yeah,
you don't have a plan of attack.
If you come up with a plan of attack the day before, that's not really as big of a deal.
There we go. And you know what? I've been doing that the night before. I've just been writing down. Okay, what do I see my objectives for the following day?
Yeah.
So let's be very clear. I'm talking to both of us and whoever's listening. It's like, okay, let's design plans of attack before going into dream realm.
Yeah.
Right? That way you're going to sleep with intention. You're packaging your day. Like sending your day off in a nice little cute envelope. It's like, okay, well, tomorrow we're going to do this. Doop, doop, doop. Go to sleep.
Yeah.
Mail it away. Right? Then you're waking up, you're going to bed, you're sleeping with intention, and you're waking up with intention. What makes you more likely to rise up and resurrect into your purpose?
And succeed.
So I think, here we go. This is a tangible, because you could tell, like I'm very, there's dreamers, there's idea dudes, you and Timu, you guys are ideas. I'm like, okay, cool. What are we going to do?
You need the steps.
I need the steps. So yeah, that's what we do. And then hold ourselves accountable.
Yeah.
And just make sure we do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if I can train jujitsu, I could continue to put stuff in intention, in motion the night before, and then wake up into that motion.
Yeah. And if right. There's no things that you can think of specifically, right? There's always self-care.
Facts.
Meditation.
Yeah.
Do
you meditate?
Not as much as I used to.
I understand.
Not as much as I'd like to.
I understand.
I want to get to a place where I can, but just say not as much as I'd like.
I understand. I've been doing it more recently because I've gotten out of the trench. Like I'm out of the trenches. I'm still at warfare, but it's out of the trenches. No longer trench warfare. I feel like now niggas are advancing. It's like, okay, now we're out of the trenches. Now we're past the beaches, out of the trenches, and now it's like now we're in good position in enemy territory. If we're gonna be clear, that's what it feels like right now.
I chant.
Nice.
I'll say things to myself. Like my mom taught me one every
Which
day.
Which one? No, go. No, bars, bro. I want to hear it.
Every day, in every way, I'm growing better and better.
You say that out loud?
Yeah.
Nice.
To myself.
Say that again.
Every day, in every way, I'm growing better and better.
Every day, in every way, I'm growing better and better.
Yeah.
That's good.
I like it.
That's good, bro.
It's simple. It's really right to the point.
Anything else?
Allah's the best knower. Because sometimes, you
actually say that?
Yeah, you get
nice.
Hubris,
Yeah.
I say all praise is due to Allah as often as I can. Because that means so many things to me.
To yourself?
Yeah. Or out loud. I say it to other people. Like,
yeah.
I try to keep that verbiage at the tip of my tongue. Because it's like the second that you think that you get some praise, it's like that's when you start on that slippery slope. So all praise is to Allah.
All praise to Allah.
It works in so many different ways.
That's nice. See, we're getting a lot of tangible takeaways.
Yeah.
What I've been doing recently, besides like meditating, so the nighttime list and waking up into that, and and that makes me want to wake up and actually go run in the morning, and then I run and then I meditate and then I chant. And my specific when I not even chant, it's just what are they called? Morning mantras, or what do they call them? Not meditations, they're affirmations.
Okay,
that's where they will be. So that feels like what I do. My affirmations, and I've said this before, is I say I can do all things. I say I can do all things. I'm a god. I can do all things. I'm a god. I'm a lover. I'm a fighter. I'm a champion. What I need to do is add in Allah's the best knower. all praise is due to Allah.
There you go.
You know, because I say that sometimes when people tell me, you tell me good news, all praise is due to Allah. But I don't actually just take a time to be like, man, I don't say all praise is due to Allah. What I say a lot. Sometimes I'll be like, oh man, Allahu Akbar.
Yeah.
That one's real. That one hits hard with me. I like that one, Allahu Akbar.
Allah's God.
Yeah, God is the greatest.
But all praise is due to Allah.
That's real. I've never dissected it and actually, no, for real, bro. That's real. I've never audited that statement.
Yeah.
All praise is due to Allah.
Yeah.
All praise is due.
Is his and is owed to him.
That's real. Because he is all.
Yeah.
He is you. He is all.
Yeah. Every cell.
Everything. It's his.
Yeah.
So all praise is. That's a very deep statement.
Bro.
And we say it all the time.
We do.
We say it all the time.
How many words do we say that we don't clear?
Facts, bro. I've never cleared. I never cleared. All praise.
It's like, I know how to ride a bike. I don't know how it works, though. You know?
Yeah.
I never took one apart. I don't learn it
No, for
exactly
real.
the mechanics of it.
Okay, so in all praise is due to Allah. What does due mean? D-U-E.
It's owed to him.
Yeah.
It's, it belongs to him.
Facts.
We can use it. We can do things with it. We can allow the ego to help us, master things.
Yeah.
But then we have to give it back.
That's right.
We've mastered it because he
Facts.
allowed it.
He is the cause. Is due.
The effect.
He is
the alpha and the
facts.
omega.
He is the cause of our success. He set the platform for us to be successful.
Mm-hmm. Even in a physical sense, even down because we are in his lineage. We are of his DNA.
Facts.
Yeah. And then that's just his what do you call it? He has two different types of will.
Active and a permissive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his active will.
Right.
And you got his permissive will, the things he allows you to do.
Facts. And regardless, it's all due to Allah.
Yeah.
I'm going to clear D-U-E. Because this is, end of the day, I'm a nerd. This is, I love, and this is why, why the teachings and everything about the nation, like, it just smacked me. And it's like, yeah, bro, this is you. Come on, wake up. This is clearly everything about Elijah Muhammad, the nation, do for self.
I don't think it's possible to study the Nation of Islam and not fall in love with it.
Bro, for real. It's just you. Like objectively, it's like, wait, we promote individual responsibility.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, how do you hate that?
How do you not agree with what the Muslims want and what the Muslims believe?
It's very difficult. It's very difficult. People do.
They do.
I don't pay attention to it anymore because I'm just like, to me, it's like beyond self-evident.
But the ones who do, it's because they haven't cleared it.
Facts.
They don't fully understand what it is that they're reading and what they're paying attention, what they're giving their attention to, and they're still stuck because of their own traumas.
Yeah. Yeah. And operating on the programming of Satan, which is lies.
Facts.
This is very clear. It's like, you're 85% of this planet is their operating system is absolute lies. So it's very difficult to go from one operating system. Psychology, same thing. Let's be very clear. Psychology, operating system, objectively, it's the same mechanism. It's programming.
Well, yeah, the brain's a computer.
No, seriously. Facts. So it's an operating system.
The computer was created based on mapping the way the brain operates.
Facts, man.
And it's not as efficient by far.
At all. So to think that one can just jump from one operating system that was put in you by the master deceiver himself to the other operating system of truth, it requires some catalyst. Now,
Yeah, truth.
facts, facts, and truth has that effect on you.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about the fact that the natural operating system is truth.
Facts,
See, when you think about lies or just a virus,
facts.
all you need is to clean up the virus,
That's it.
and then you'll be functioning and operating the way you were intended.
Facts. Because truth is the operating system of the universe itself. The spiritual and physical reality. That is the operating system.
Being it is.
Facts. That is truth is that. And if you're operating from that and you're speaking from that, you're going to defeat an inferior operating system.
Well, it's like, I look at it like chaos is necessary for creativity, right?
Facts.
When God
Well, chaos is pure potential.
Yeah, it's energy.
Infinite potential. Dark matter.
Controlling that energy is how you create.
Facts.
So God said be and it is, and he came into existence with an explosion, right? The Big Bang or whatever. So he split the atoms and he was. Then he decided to will the universe into existence and manipulate the energy by controlling it in the way that he wanted to create design.
When you're saying this, I'm literally looking. No, for real, and I'm seeing it. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
It's like I'm looking at the blackness of space, and I'm seeing atoms splitting, and I like that circular process, and where the solar system. That's how it
started.
It's a spiral.
Yeah.
That's why it moves.
That's why it's the law of mathematics. You know, that's why
motion.
Yeah. And then, that chaos that was created was the first inkling of the devil. And then God whipped him into shape. And that's what makes him God.
Oh, man. So the devil came with creation.
Yeah. the whispers or the chaos that could be.
Facts.
But it has no power with God. He just manipulates it for what he needs.
Facts.
We have let him run amok.
Absolutely.
And our lives are chaos as a result.
Facts.
We've let the chaos take control.
Absolutely. As opposed to use the chaos to
use the energy.
That's all it is. Satan is satanic energy is energy.
It's just energy.
It's just energy. And now that I've ascended, now that I'm here and I can view it, I see that energy and it can be channeled.
And to me, I laugh when it's like, is it really evil?
No.
It's just energy.
It's just energy, bro.
Evil is a concept that we created.
It's a judgment.
Understand.
Facts.
No. Yeah, it's a judgment.
It's a judgment.
And we're not qualified to judge because we don't understand.
No.
We're just babies.
No.
When a baby reaches up onto the stove and burns his hand with the finger, the stove is bad. As long as you're a baby, the stove is bad.
Facts.
Once you learn, that's how you cook. That's how you give yourself sustenance. The stove is good.
The stove is good. The stove is energy.
The stove is perfection. Like it's
facts.
No
facts. It's just energy. Evil is just energy.
It's a way to cook your food in a sanitary place.
Facts. And then think about it. And then having this understanding, it's just like you've already just defanged the devil.
He's non-existent.
He's non-existent.
He's a boogeyman.
He's energy.
Yeah.
It's energy. Energy is necessary, positive and negative.
Yeah.
To fuel a battery.
That's why positive energy, which is like two positives take away a negative, like it no longer has any power in this situation.
Facts. Yeah. I'm gonna clear due. DUE, adjective, due. Owed or owing as a debt. All praise is due to Allah.
Essentially.
It is owed to him. Number 2, owed or owing as a natural or moral right, finally got the recognition she was due. Okay. Satisfying or capable of satisfying a need, obligation, or duty, giving the matter due attention. That's not the definition. Satisfy. And then
it all works.
I think that one actually does work.
Huh?
Capable of being attributed. Used with to. This advance is partly due to a few men of genius. Capable of being attributed and owed or owing as a debt. Those are the two most applicable. All praise is due to Allah. It's owed to him. Number 2, attributed to him. It's due to him.
Yeah.
It belongs to him.
Yeah. And when you give it to him, he allows you to use it to work.
Facts.
He allows you to continue to channel what it is that you think is praiseworthy.
Facts.
It's the second that you start to think that it's yours,
Yeah.
that you don't have control over it, it becomes chaos.
Yeah. And because it becomes chaos, and it also becomes potentially means of your destruction. And it's funny that we have been in the nation, we've been presented very clear examples of hubris and the me thing getting people off course.
Yeah. I mean, what is chaos? Chaos is the disruption of peace.
Facts.
You know, it is the opposite of the natural way or the natural order or the way things should be.
Facts.
It's chaos.
Facts, bro. Yeah. And I'm realizing is everything you're saying is meant for probably vice versa, but it's meant for me specifically because, there is that feeling of having quote unquote mastered the bad guys, and you're like, no, bro, like, no, come on, no,
Stop trying.
stop, don't even think like that,
Yeah.
don't even go there because all praise is due to Allah. First of all, you didn't do it. It's attributable to it.
Even some of the things I'm saying, I'm not saying them. This is what you're supposed to hear right now.
No, for real. Yeah. And I need to hear it because the once you start thinking it's you is when you get got.
You know how many conversations I have where I start the conversation and then I just let the conversation go because I understand that what I'm supposed to say is what's going to be said. It's like I just, somebody says something to me and I respond and I'll start the response. Like I'll come up with the perfect words to start the response and it's just start bellowing out at me. And it's like, I'll read it again. Like, dang, I said that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'll do like if you go on my Instagram, you'll see some of my posts.
I've
It'll
seen
just
it.
be long rants and it's just like,
Yeah.
but it made exact sense. And then other people will read it and they'll like it and they'll be like, damn, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I have no control over it.
No, not at all.
Because all praise is due to
all praise is due to Allah. All praise is due to Allah. And that's what I needed to hear, to actually take that from something that we say to internalizing it and actually making it a part of your life to keep you in that perpetual state of humility. And we had this conversation last night about like how the higher up you go and the more that you do of the Lord, the quote unquote Lord's work, the more impact and sweep you have, the more potential for physical danger comes. It's like, yeah, it's real. This is not a game.
Yeah, that's the next level.
It's the next level.
Yeah, when you in the video game and you beat that boss, gotta beat the next boss.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Game wouldn't be fun if you didn't have a higher boss to beat.
Facts, man. And
be grateful for the bosses because
it's crazy.
The bosses teach you that you're in the game.
Facts. And if all praise is due to Allah, which it is, the better bosses you beat, all praise is due to Allah. The higher up you go, the way you balance that ascension is the requisite amount of and more humility. You know what I'm saying? You need more humility to ascend, to survive.
Yeah.
Because the trick is like, okay, I just surpassed this level. I'm that nigga. I'm the god. And then that's exactly when you get sniped.
Sun Tzu talks about like, if you know yourself, but not your enemy, the war is lost.
Facts.
And if you know your enemy, but not yourself, the war is lost.
Facts.
How much more lost if you don't know your enemy and you don't know yourself?
It's over.
It's all wrap.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Yeah. So, and I want to bring this to a larger point, but the higher up you go in spiritual ascension, in order to tap into the power of that, you have to balance it out with humility. You have to survive at that level, to have that responsibility and control to actually do God work. Well, what people like, moving planets, controlling universe, et cetera, like that. Like, no. So having that power requires that level of humility to know that all praise is due to Allah.
Yeah, like we were talking about what my personal belief of where Elijah Muhammad is on his level of development. Because he was 100% able to submit his will to do the will of God.
Facts.
Why would he not be given the powers of God?
Facts.
You know?
Seriously.
He would be given the ability to unlock that other 90% of the brain that we don't have the ability to touch.
Facts.
You know, and that's what God is desirous of for
He
all
wants
of
that.
us.
He wants that.
Yeah.
He's not petty.
Any parent wants their child to be great.
No. To surpass
Better.
them.
Yeah.
To surpass them.
I mean, yeah. And it's hubris to have this thought right now.
Facts.
But
yeah.
it's the design. It's the function.
We know it.
And so he said, "Ye are all God's children of the Most High." Right now, we're just children.
Absolutely.
As we grow in our development, as we, you know, we attain those levels, he's proud of the creativity that we can come up with.
Yeah.
He wants to see the universes that we might be able to. And I'm not saying me, you. I'm saying we as in the human family.
Yeah.
This might be 1,000 years from now.
Facts.
Wherever, whenever, whatever. You know.
Mm-hmm.
All we can do is continuously be better than we were.
Facts, man. And
as we grow better than we were, we raise children who grow better than we were. And they raise children that are better than they were.
Facts. Yeah, that is heaven.
The name of my clothing brand is Nation Babies.
Yeah.
It's like, I think that the world would be a better place when we start raising children as nation babies with that idea of, you know, what we call the Nation of Islam.
Yeah.
You know, not necessarily so much religion, but it is religion, right?
It is.
Religion is just what you do.
Facts.
You know?
That's it. Yeah. That's what you do.
What you do continuously.
Facts. That's it.
I mean, to me, that's just like, that's heaven, right?
Yeah.
That's perfection. That's just every generation being better than the next. And we can't reach that until we shake off whatever it is that we're being, you know.
Yeah. For real.
Yeah.
And shake off, and I just keep cutting, shake off the hubris. Hubris. You know what I'm saying? Shake it off.
Yeah.
Because all praise is due to Allah.
Yeah.
And if you don't shake it off, you're shackling yourself to that level. Right? And then ultimately setting yourself up for demise.
Yeah. I mean, we're letting the devil raise our children as it is.
Yes, sir.
He feeds them poison.
Yeah.
Both physically with the food and then mentally, because most of us just leave them in front of iPads for hours on end.
Yeah.
That's not education. That's not, you know, it's supposedly entertainment, but, you know, is that really what we desire to entertain them with? Seriously. You know, when there's a whole big, beautiful world out there.
Facts.
And you think babies can't get in tune with nature?
You speaking the truth right now, bro. You speaking to a brother with 3 children. One of them just got an iPad.
Because that's easy.
It's so easy.
It's so much easier.
It is.
I understand that it's easier. Yeah. Especially as long as we live in this world where we got bills to pay. Like,
facts, man.
How are we going to pay the bills and watch the kids?
Facts, bro. No, for real.
Yeah.
Especially, well, we're running on a crumbling ground.
Yeah.
You saying? So let's be very clear. I've been, I had recent wins, but I've been winning in this crumbling world.
And you can't stop winning in this crumbling world because that's the method of this world. Continuously crumbling and you being one step ahead of it.
That's all it is. That's all it is.
That's what this world is.
That's what it is. Yeah, I see it crumbling, but damn, I just came up.
Yeah. And we
good. Niggas is good though, bro.
We take all these little victories and we do a little skip like, oh, yeah, but it's still crumbling.
It is still crumbling. So I'm literally like, okay, I'm like, oh, cool. We're auditing what's going on in our lives right now. Yeah. And I'm just like, okay, cool. We still have the mission at hand is to build the kingdom.
For sure.
That is a stable datum. That is something that you and I are both 100% gung-ho, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
So we understand that to do that, all praise is due to Allah. That mantra, that psychology has to be internalized to keep us in that state of humility. And then now I'm just like, okay, like how do we stop running?
like I think like this, right?
Yeah.
So it's like for me, I have to try to build that world where I don't have to raise my kids in this world.
Yeah. I
have to. That's like, because otherwise I'm a hypocrite to the things I say I believe.
Facts, man.
I have to build that world.
Facts.
And, I could have kids at any moment, so I don't have any time to waste.
No, you don't. And if you are a man of your word, which you are, then you are required to start putting things in place to build that world.
My name, it means trustworthy and faithful.
Amin, right?
Yeah. So
That's what it means?
Yeah.
Trustworthy and faithful?
Trustworthy and faithful.
Yes, sir.
In Arabic and I think in Egyptian as well.
Where?
Yeah.
Understood.
Like I gotta do the best that I can to make those things happen so that I'm not looking at myself as a hypocrite.
Facts. Facts. And I think I'll speak in regard to me is I've put these things in place to do just that, but then also have all my chips in Satan's world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So do I.
Yeah.
It's a slow crawl to get out of it.
It is. It is. But you gotta get out of it.
He's the reality right now.
He is. He is. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And where we are is we're the bridge to the hereafter.
We gotta live in this world.
Facts.
And completely build the next world. So we gotta live in that world too.
That's a bridge.
Yeah.
That's a bridge.
Yeah.
We are literally the bridge to the hereafter.
Yeah.
Like, so.
When you build a bridge, you assume that the other side is something different.
Facts.
Otherwise, why are you building?
Where are you going?
Yeah.
Why? What's the function? Why not just continue?
Yeah.
Stay in Satan's world.
Yeah.
So if you aren't doing things to secure the hereafter on the other side, it's like you're building a bridge to nowhere. Or to the same place. It's not the same. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But it has to be built.
It has to be built.
It has to be built.
Every day we got to add another cobblestone.
Absolutely.
Or, another plank.
Yeah. Yeah. And when we've all also concluded that this is very much a strategy. Like, I'm viewing this as like a literal like strategy meeting, like a spiritual strategy meeting.
Yeah.
Right. And we already know that the devil is within. It's in these infinite depths. It's coupling this internal enemy, battling this internal enemy with the humility of the psychology of all praises due to Allah.
And he recognizes that this enemy was even strong enough to be in existence when he was there, right?
Yeah.
He created himself.
Facts.
So he gave us tools to be able to survive with that enemy as a constant threat.
Facts.
And those tools are discipline and, hard work and prayer and fasting and
Facts.
all these things that allow us to enhance the experience of living.
Facts. That's exactly what all of those things, that's exactly what they do. They enhance the experience of living. Yeah. It's real. It's real.
Like my bro KD said, shout out to KD.
KD.
You don't know how to live.
Yeah. Facts.
You don't know how to live. And it's like, I think about that all the time. Like, am I living?
Mm-hmm.
Or am I dying? Am I living in this death culture? Like,
That's real.
The enemy of God lives a death culture.
Facts.
And I mean, I don't like to shame other religions, but he's taught the world to pray to a dead God.
To pray to a symbol upon which a man was nailed to and died upon.
Yeah.
Worship and venerate that sign of
that's
worshiping
why
death.
All of our heroes have to be dead first.
That's real. That's real. I never put that together. The fact that we worship death means that in order for someone to be a hero, they have to be dead.
Yeah. We can't even give people their flowers while they're living.
No.
We have to give them their flowers after they're dead.
No, we have to.
Culturally.
Facts. This is contemporary social culture. It's not even, is it black? I don't know. Definitely within the black community.
Oh,
it's everybody. It's everybody.
Well, because the same enemy, the same, we call them the 1%.
Yeah.
They've infected the world.
Yeah.
That computer virus has infected the world. They've given us all their culture. They took that religion and took it to every corner of the planet Earth.
Thanks.
And even though some people have slightly come from the muck of the Catholicism,
mm-hmm.
and they've created these new brands of, Baptist and Christian and even some Muslim, we still have to,
Facts.
Prophet Muhammad was the only one. And after him, there is no one else.
Nobody.
There's nobody. There's no more, any more reminders from God. What are you talking about?
No, he's the last person that God has ever communicated with.
But we do listen to hadith, so so it's just the people that
we do
want to
pray to
listen.
Allah, but he don't talk back to us. It's just one way. Yeah, he don't communicate with nobody.
Yeah.
But Prophet Muhammad is the last one he talked. Like, oh, okay, he's not.
He didn't send a message to every people that have ever been in trouble. Like,
He doesn't talk to you constantly on a daily basis because he's
Doesn't-
right there with you because
doesn't
he
that
is all
sound
things.
a lot more like the Jesus idea than it's like, why don't you just stop with Jesus then?
Seriously.
Why did you have to go to Muhammad? Because there was a need, and there's no need today.
Talk to him, bro. Talk to him.
There's a need today more than ever.
More than ever. And there's messengers aplenty.
Yeah.
Speaking this truth.
Yeah.
Being like, hey, come on, it's time.
You hear it.
It's the final call.
You hear it, but it's easier to listen to the ones that's dead than the ones that's living and giving it to you.
Facts.
The ones who fine-tuned the message for a today, who are addressing issues that they never had in the past.
Facts. Yeah, man. But you're looking for dead heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And our society was set up to facilitate that psychology.
Yeah.
Because it keeps you looking behind,
Yeah.
not ahead.
Yeah.
How are you going to fight a war when you're looking behind?
I mean, that's why a lot of our rappers today feel like, to hell with it. Like, I'm just going to, keep going until I go out in a blaze of glory.
Yeah.
And that's what you see in these streets. They have no cognizance of, mortality. They don't care about it. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm just here till I'm not.
Facts.
I was listening to the, I think, P&B, whatever.
Is he good? Yeah, the brother just got murdered in Roscoe's.
I was listening to him have an interview, like, I don't know how long ago, but it seemed current. He was talking about how, his girl is not security minded, and he was saying that, he's paying attention to all these things happening around him, and she's not. And so, he's slowly, strategically, like, moving his family away so that they don't have to be in fear. But he's not teaching her what he's doing or why he's doing it. He's just living that life and continuously doing it and flossing his money, but like being in the hood. It's like, didn't we just see Nipsey go through that?
Yeah.
For
real.
It's like,
so would you say this was like a forbearing like interview where he's like hinting at potentially getting killed, like that sort of thing?
It seemed like he was.
That's crazy.
He was. It almost seemed like he was saying that she needs to correct that action, but he was also saying that I'm not going to do anything to help her correct it.
Okay.
And I was just listening, like,
yeah, what'd you take away?
The problem, but you refuse to solve the problem, which is the problem. Like,
that's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't blame her.
No.
Understand. You see it.
Yeah.
It's on the one who sees it to correct it.
Yeah. Did you know about him before this happened?
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. So,
but I feel like that's how it is with all of the new rappers.
For real, no. There's been a slate of rappers that have been murdered. I haven't heard any of them. I never
until after they're gone.
Exactly.
And it's like you didn't even touch your potential.
Facts.
I'm gonna like be 100% honest. Like, I knew of Nipsey before he passed, but I wasn't I wasn't a huge fan of Nipsey.
Understand?
And I maybe heard one or two of his songs.
Yeah.
Maybe like just started getting into his music right around when he died, to the point where I don't even know if I listened to it for the first time after he died or.
I understand.
I remember hearing that he bought up something over in Slauson, so I was happy about that. I was like, "Oh, that's dope!" Like,
yeah, I cared about that.
I cared about that.
I cared about that.
And I started getting into him.
Yeah.
And then he was gone, and it's just like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
Like, and that's like it's a recurring nightmare that we're continuously living now.
Mm.
And artists are picking up on the fact that they can be bigger in death than they can be in life.
Man.
Maybe if even if not consciously, maybe subconsciously.
No, and that's what I was gonna go at. Is like this is more of a subconscious thing.
I could take care of my peoples if I'm dead.
Facts. And subconsciously, I've been worshiping death in this death culture, and I know subconsciously that I'm worth more dead than alive because we worship dead.
Tentacion. I watched some interview they did with him where it was like a documentary, but it was like real short. But but they were just talking about his life, and I was just like, damn, this is, this is a death culture. This is how it looks, and he was, I guess, doing the best he could, but he had such a traumatic life,
Mm-hmm.
and things that he was going through that he started looking at himself as like almost like a demon.
Yeah.
And that's where they're at. That's where they're at with it.
Yeah.
They live a death culture.
Yeah. We are reared in a death culture.
Born in sin.
Yeah.
Shaped in iniquity.
Yeah, man. But this is, we're doing what we're trained to do, is we're just go to the root of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've never taken, peel back this onion and be like, okay, well, we worship, we're literally, this Western society is worshiping a cross upon which a man was, we were told that a man was put upon, nailed upon a cross. We literally worship that symbol. Maybe worship a dead man on that cross. Like,
and then
people wear that.
And then we know supposedly that, like, he didn't die on the cross. He died later.
Mm-hmm.
But why is it that we put the cross in the house? Like, why is that the symbolic thing that he did in his life? If he was such a great man that, he didn't have any more great exploits after that.
No.
He just went off and died in obscurity, but we don't hear none of that other stuff.
No. And it's definitely not the symbol. The symbol of Christianity is the cross.
Yeah.
Death.
Yeah.
Because we're bringing death.
If he's God, he would have done some godly things after the age of 33.
Yeah.
Especially if he lived.
Especially.
He wouldn't have just been a symbol at 33 and then nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Where are those followers that he created? Did his disciples become ministers and they, spread the word too? Like, why are they not so much more?
It's real. Well, because we're fixated. We're fixated upon death.
Well, that's what we're told to fixate.
Exactly.
And especially when this life is so miserable, right?
Facts, man.
When I think about,
man,
I never thought about it before, right? It wasn't something I thought about, but I started to ponder on how, like, when we first take our kids to their first day of school and they're screaming and crying and don't want to go, because they understand that you're taking them to be indoctrinated on some level.
They know
that you're breaking their spirit.
That's the design of school.
Yeah. And it's like the insanity of the fact that, we don't have a choice, essentially.
Yeah.
Because we have to get on this wheel and continue to run the rat race.
Yeah.
There's no option.
We feel we have to.
Yeah.
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 Like, to me, it's like, oh, that sends chills down my spine.
It does. It's sending chills down my spine because I've got children in school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
And then they become used to it, and so you don't feel so bad anymore.
Bro. But you'll never forget the first time they went kicking and screaming.
How could you? I don't have kids, and I see other kids do that, and I don't forget it.
It's real.
It weighs heavily on my heart. It's like, oh no, my kids are gonna be homeschooled. They're never gonna have to experience that. Like, even if I can't make it to somewhere where I don't have to be, away from this. Like, if I have to raise them in this society as it is, I still want to raise them at home. Like,
facts.
And I can't figure out how to do that.
Facts. And it's one thing, and I've had the same cognitions, obviously. But then when the time gets here, and you're like, oh shit! In order to homeschool, I had to have things in place.
Yeah.
You can't just
start homeschool.
You can't just moonlight and be like, oh, this is gonna.
And if you're currently working, how do you have time to put things in place?
And I learned that the very hard. I was like, Adam, you have to make money.
You have to pay bills.
You have to pay bills. You need to have a house for your children if you want to homeschool. How, dear brother?
You have to do what they consider living, which is not.
How, dear brother Adam X, are you going to do both now?
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, it's not so.
By being God.
Yeah. So yeah, and I it's just crazy. Now I'm in that reality. It's like, this do for self shit is real.
Yeah.
You have to do.
Yeah.
You can't just talk about it.
Diligently
do. And you have to, the thing about my weak point is plan.
Yeah.
Because if I had wanted to have a point where I would have had to put things in place years before that point, instead of going to that point in which, it's time to go to school, to be like, now let's homeschool. Oh, I can't homeschool. I don't have a fucking plan. Oh, nigga. Oh,
Well,
oh. And this is a very recent thing that has happened. And now I'm like, okay, all right. Lesson learned.
yeah.
Allah. Thank
I
you,
mean,
sir.
all you can really do is the best that you
That's
can
real.
do.
Facts.
So you can't beat yourself up about it.
You know, and luckily I don't, but I'm also, it gave me more zeal and vigor for what we got to do, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. Niggas actually have to do for self,
Yeah.
not cap for self, not believe for self. Do.
We got to build.
We have to build. And given these recent experiences, I think you're starting to understand my MO. I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's cool. What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
For real. Okay, that's cool. It's cool. I'm always very, very aware of what needs to be. What could we do right now
Yeah.
in the short term,
What are the first couple steps that we could take so that we're not just talking?
bro? And the thing that having been in the just in the conscious, the quote unquote black conscious community, niggas like to talk.
Yeah.
A lot.
Oh yeah, it's fine.
A lot. Yeah. Be very clear about that. A lot of talking.
Workers don't like to talk.
No, they don't.
Like people that don't want to do like to talk.
Facts, bro.
Yeah.
Facts, bro. And be very clear. I like to talk too. Yeah. This is a podcast.
For sure.
Niggas is talking right now.
Right now. For sure. And this is fun.
It's very fun, but knowing that we're representing Allah, he's gonna force. He's like, all right, bro. Okay, well, what are y'all gonna do?
We gotta find the balance.
Facts. It is. And these, this is a platform. It's a laboratory. Because luckily, what has found is like this things do happen when we get together here. Because then it makes us more likely to manifest it out into material reality.
Yeah.
And it has. And we've seen wins. And also, why you came here tonight is so we have the talking, the strategizing, the war room right now. Then we have the proof of work, of faith and works manifested in wins.
Yeah.
A lot of very good wins. And then the next, and what you've brought tonight is the next necessary piece, humility. All praise is due to Allah.
Yeah.
And I would say, because things are happening and we have had these wins. I haven't actually taken a step back and be like, hey, all praise to Allah. Thanks, bro. All praise is due to Allah.
Yeah.
So this episode is definitely like me, you doing that, and then not just doing it tonight, but actually going into this level where the boss is a bigger and better boss with his psychology at all times.
Yeah.
All praise is due to Allah.
Yeah.
And I think that's then luckily, and I think it's luckily, like you're telling me this right when I need to hear it, as opposed to after the fact, when that boss has already got me in a fucking noose.
Even if he got you a couple of times, right?
Yeah.
All praise due to
Allah. All praises due to Allah.
'Cause those are lessons.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
You take each one of those knocks on the head and you keep pushing it. It makes you better the next time because you understand who he is, respect him.
Facts.
He's your enemy.
Facts.
And you understand who you are.
Facts.
And what you're capable of.
Yes, sir.
Because you're you.
Yes, sir.
You know your enemy. You know yourself.
Facts. And the thing about your enemy making a move is the opportunity for you to study his hand.
Yeah.
So it comes at a cost. So make sure you make him pay. Make sure we make him pay for making a move. It's like, all right, nigga, now, okay, I saw you though.
But as we grow ourselves,
yeah,
he becomes less significant.
Facts.
So we get fixated on how do we defeat him. Just be better you.
Oh, bro. Facts, man. Facts. So, I mean, it could be, I honestly feel it's like, man, I don't even need to look at it. I need to look at me. I need to just do the work.
Oh, yeah.
I don't got to look at your hand.
Because trying to learn everything about your enemy.
No, for real, bro.
That's exhausting.
That's
a whole other person.
That's idolatry.
True.
To be clear.
Yeah.
You put more attention on that than you are on
God.
Allah.
Yeah.
And you.
Yeah.
That's it. That's in this. Ice Cube actually has some bars about just Islam. He's like, Islam is just me and God. Period. I'm a Muslim. I think I read that somewhere. And I'm like, man, that's all it is.
The pathway to being God.
Thanks. That's it. That's submission.
Yeah.
That's submission. So that's all that you have to focus on.
Yeah. I mean, that's enough.
That, but within you and Allah, who's in you? And that's where we talked about that Satan that's in you.
Yeah.
That's the
Mastering
real.
of self.
That's right. That's right.
And all of that, all of what that entails.
Which is the quote unquote struggle of life.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's that.
When you learn to master self, you're living.
Facts.
As you're learning to master self, you're living.
Facts. Facts. And then mastery requires repetition, discipline,
Religion.
That's what it is. And that's the beautiful part about the Nation of Islam, and that's what we are. It's a system.
It's a system.
It's a system.
Technically, it's not a religion, right? Because it has to continuously grow.
Facts.
It has to be right down to the modern time.
Facts, man.
So whatever it is that is happening right now, as long as it's in accordance with what God intended, we have to be knowledgeable about it and adjust.
Yes, sir.
That's what changes it from being just a religion to being a way of life.
Mm-hmm.
It's, ever evolving and growing with the times. And the message that Prophet Muhammad was here to give was perfect for the people of that time. The message that Elijah Muhammad is perfect for this time.
Facts.
Because that's the way it was designed. And Minister Farrakhan isn't here to create his own. He's here to parrot what Elijah Muhammad already said in that language that you speak, brother. That's what Elijah Muhammad said to him.
Yeah.
He's like, I give it to you, and you say it in that fine tongue that you got.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what the minister's purpose is.
That's his purpose.
He's here to give it to us so that we can do the works that the messenger did.
Facts.
So that we can build the nation that the messenger intended us to build.
Facts.
And so that it would never fall again.
And it's not.
It won't.
No.
Can't. Not with this many Elijah Muhammads walking around.
Oh, man, that's exactly what's happening right now. And it's like, and I see it, and I'm like,
not with this many potential Master Farad Muhammads walking around.
Like, that's what it is, though, bro. And I'm just like, okay.
Everybody tapping into that God energy all at once.
All at once. And I'm getting a taste of it just with what we've brought into with our universal colliding. I'm like, whoa, that's a lot of God. It's really, really high level of God week to where God, little God, little Elijah Muhammad.
Imagine the power. You take one step to him and he takes two to you.
For real. Yeah, for real.
So you doing the work and then all of a sudden it's like,
wait, what?
Oh, I thought I was right there. No, you're 2 steps ahead of you where you thought you was every time.
That's what bro, that's what happens.
And so it looked like you're running.
Yeah.
And you just walking.
Yeah. So we take that as just, okay, just keep making moves in that direction.
Yeah.
With the law in mind.
Because that's working, so keep doing that.
Just keep doing that. Keep doing that. Literally walking in faith.
It's crystallized.
Yeah. Man. And I think now that I'm seeing and feeling, like, I think that this is how we stop running. It's like, oh, we just walk. We just continue to walk in faith. Walk, because it's not required to run. Because you walk, and then Allah just literally, he like transport you 2 steps ahead every time. Just like, oh, okay, you good. Just keep going. And then heaven is just like, oh, you're now okay. Now you're in the flow.
Heaven is the world crumbling below you.
Yeah.
But it not affecting you
at all,
because you're at peace
at all.
So technically, the hand has already caught you.
It's caught you,
and you're just being guided forward.
Yeah. And I think this past, because Allah he has a way of talking and telling me, don't attach yourself to that. Very clear.
Yeah, when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, he speaks to you.
Facts. And he made very clear things like, hey, don't attach yourself to that. And then when I didn't listen, he's like, okay, well, I chose to allow part of myself to fall down with that crumbling world.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, well, you had to taste that, son. You had to taste that because I told you. And you're like, you still chose part of the Satan's world. So I let you get a taste of it so that you know that I am the way. I am the way. And I am the truth. I am the life.
And the more you play with that, the harder the lesson
Facts.
the more you get burned,
Facts.
the more you understand how you can't play with that.
You can't play with that. And then it ends up in death. And then
Eventually,
no, seriously, that's what it comes down to. Especially when you have the knowledge.
yeah,
It ends up in death, and then you just got to come back and you want to go this. You want to do this again?
it could end up in insanity, which is also a form of death.
Facts.
Death of the mind.
And I've been there.
Yeah.
I've already. Why would I already died? I already died in this life. I don't want to do that again.
And
Okay,
you
cool.
was resurrected.
I was resurrected, and it's crazy. You life is a series of resurrections.
Yeah.
Life is a series of death and resurrection, starting with the day we die.
growth.
Facts. Right. We resurrect every morning.
Yeah.
Right.
Think about the fact that you lose a layer of skin every day.
That's real, bro. That's real.
Yeah, that's dead. It's done.
Facts.
You've outgrown it.
Yeah. It's real. And that's one of the, we talk the comedic science. Like this is like the theme of resurrection is very real. Even with the story of Kevin and I'm not good at articulating it, but that's something that I've that hearing that it's resonating with me. And but also us having the conversation is like, since we in the nation, we have a pretty solid, we're big on actual facts in the time in which we live, the motion of the universe, and specifically the time of the rule of the Caucasian race, specifically the time of the Asiatic black, like the actual time of the universe. Like we'll tell you actual facts. We said 6 trillion years.
Yeah.
We'll say that. So that being said, it's forgot where I was going with time. I forgot where I was going. I got lost in time thinking about the totality of time, just trillions of years.
Yeah.
That we've been in existence.
Yeah. On some level.
Yeah. Here. And just that cognition in and of itself literally just washed everything I was planning on saying away. It's like, oh, wait, wow.
It gets deep.
It's very deep, and I got lost now. Like, oh, wow, okay, you open up that portal now. Wow, okay, bro. Now sit with that cognition. Is that your God body? You've been around trillions of years.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, I completely forgot why I brought that up.
That happens.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, and
what's supposed to be will be. Whatever isn't, it just falls off.
Exactly.
So
yeah,
and we just keep pushing.
We keep it pushing, and that's one thing that really like has stuck with me, and why I'm re-falling in love with the nation. It's like, we push.
Yeah.
We push back. We push everything we do. It's like, what are you pushing? We push. You push the program. Push papers. You push the teachings. We push because you understand that thrust is necessary to get us to the next level.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's necessary to keep us out of trouble.
Facts, bro.
Keep us away from depression. Keep us away from. I think the minister was like, when you're sad, you work. When you're mad, you work. When you're happy, work.
Yeah.
Because even happiness is like, that could be a distraction.
That's right.
It can lead to complacency.
That's right.
So just work.
And heaven is work. We're taught that.
And then you get to look back and see what your works were, and
yeah,
you've been living, and there's the proof.
That's right. That's right. Man. Yeah, I haven't realized that. Yeah, I've allowed myself this past year to get caught up in the crumbling world, but now that I feel like, okay, I take a step back and okay, I'm gonna test this hand out, this hand of faith. Yeah, I don't think I fully jump back on. I'm like, okay, it's there. Okay, we'll just take a step. I'll take it.
It'll always be there.
It'll always be there.
It'll always be there.
So I'm just like, you and I. This is motivation for us to okay, no, let's just sit back.
Yeah.
No, for real.
I mean, we only got a finite amount of time,
for real,
no matter who we are, to get as much as we can accomplished.
For real.
And if we take that for granted, we end up wasting a lot of that time.
For real. And I view things like I see the reason, last night when you had the power outage and you were telling me about the strike, I was like, okay, what else? Is there anything else going on? Should I be worried about? I think there was a lot of external, and there's other things I haven't told you about that could have prevented you being here to give me this message. Including the things that happened before. I told you about what was happening before you even, like, when you got here. I was like, okay, there's something going on right now.
Yeah.
We good.
Yeah.
But just letting you know, FYI, there's something going on.
Always something.
But I see stuff like that, like what happened last night, and even that is like, I see that and I'm like, we gotta get on this podcast, because anytime you're seeing active resistance like we have seen and it's been evident, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
And now that I know that this had to happen for you to give me this message, that means, like, the message I'm hearing is like Elijah Muhammad telling me, brother, be humble.
Yeah.
All praise is due to Allah.
Yeah.
I'm hearing it literally in his voice.
I believe you.
You know what I'm saying?
You just channeled him.
You feel that? Yeah, that voice. Yeah, brother. Yeah. So, and then peep this. Given that what you told me about the power of Elijah Muhammad at this moment in time, it's like, oh, he just spoke to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mother Tainetta used to have conversations with him.
Woo! It's
She
real.
was walking in that line.
Man, facts.
When you walk in the line of divine, why would you not be able to communicate?
It's real, and it's very clear. Let's be very clear about how close we are to these individuals. Your mother was close with Mother Tainetta.
Yeah.
So it's for us to, and we know that these figures, Elijah Muhammad, his wife, Mother Tainetta, have ascended. We'll say, ascended to different realms. Say that.
They're on a different level.
They on a different level. They can be very much guiding this conversation.
Yeah. I don't presume to understand how that works. I just
I don't get there's no need.
Yeah. That's above where I'm at. That's above my pay grade.
It's above our pay grade right now, because it's possible we're on the way there, but there's just things that we gotta humble ourselves.
I'm gonna crawl before I walk.
Facts. And we're still learning how to crawl, and we'll get to that point.
Yeah.
But we see what they went through. You feel me? It's like, okay, well, I ain't been in jail yet. Especially not for the cause. You feel me?
I mean, that's a beautiful thing. Any kind of sacrifice.
Sacrifice, bro. Like,
you don't need to go to jail to sacrifice.
I've had people be mean to me. I've had people say, "I don't want your paper."
Yeah. That's a part of it. That's the humbling experience. It's the reason why that's what we do.
That's not jail time, bro. That's not the feds after me and me having to. That's not people trying to kill me.
Yeah.
I haven't had that.
You don't have to, though.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was what they had to do.
Facts.
It might happen. It don't happen. If it do happen, we do us.
Facts, bro.
Keep doing you.
And I could appreciate the sacrifice of those.
And check this.
Wow.
If it does happen, if you are on the line of divine and you doing what you're supposed to be doing, it won't affect you. You'll go in there and keep building.
Facts, bro.
The reason why they let Elijah Muhammad out of jail is because he was recruiting. He created the Nation of Islam.
Pushing.
Yeah.
And our game's the coldest in prison.
Yeah, it happens.
And let's be real, it's happened because it takes a lot of pressure for one to come to the realization. It's like, oh, it's real.
Yeah.
You have to have that pressure.
Bro,
Otherwise, the allure of Satan world is distract you from the truth of what Elijah Muhammad was pushing.
When I was in there,
jail.
Jail. They had me in this room, and it was just the young cats. It was like, you had the skinheads right here.
Oh,
we had the Mexican gangs. We had the black gangs and the black representative who really wasn't. The black people in there wasn't about nothing. Like they was just wilding. And
that's what I hear.
They was saying our representative, he don't really help us. So don't even worry about that cat. So every day after each meal, we would stay sitting at the table, and it would be like me and one other dude would be talking, and they'd just be asking me questions, and they started like, next thing you know, it's a group of them around me. I did like 2 or 3 days of that, and then they just moved me over to this room with these old folks. And I'm looking around, it's like everybody in here is over 40, and they're just all old folks, and they don't want to talk about nothing.
Damn.
Like we start playing spades, and I'm starting, focus on the spade, youngin. Like,
wow.
Oh, they knew what they was doing.
Damn. So they saw
what was happening.
They saw the potential.
Yeah.
Dang.
It was me. The first day it was me and this Rastafarian cat, and two other young dudes came and was just standing by listening. So the second day, one of the younger dudes came, and it was me and him, and the Rastafarian dude came back, and we was just all God talk. It was just
Okay.
it was just
Got that.
powerful, just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Rastafarian and Islam is the same thing.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
like, Christianity and Islam is the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's all one God.
Yeah.
We got different ways that we approach him, but he came to us the way that we needed him to.
Facts.
He approached us from our culture and our understanding
Facts.
to give us a higher level of existence and give us a better way.
Facts.
And even though we're in this place that is technically hell, it doesn't have to be our reality.
No. Boom. No.
And that's the way it will be if we ever have to go to jail again. Like,
Facts.
if we ever have to be in that place that they consider the worst place that they could create for us, they can't control the way that we think and the way that we function.
And if heaven is a mind state, which it is, then you bring that wherever you go, and through and including jail.
Exactly.
Through and including this material hell called Earth.
Yeah.
And we're here right now. I'm in heaven right now.
Yeah.
So I'm good. We're good right now.
When I'm at work, these are the conversations I enjoy having the most. Like
on the train, who do you talk to?
My chef. He's
that's what's up.
Staunch Christian.
Oh, where?
But we just have God talk.
That's what's up.
Yeah. And then we get conductors that come down there. They supposed to check in for like 2 minutes. They end up staying for like 15, 20 just because the conversation is so riveting.
Man, so they catching the bars.
Yeah.
Oh, they catching bars,
and
bro.
some of them are staunch Christians as well. And so it'll be me bouncing ideas off of him and him bouncing ideas off of me and them disagreeing with what they believe and me helping clear things up.
That's our job.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
I love it.
That's our job.
This is my favorite pastime.
That's our job. But our job, especially as FOI, is like we're and I'm noticing as I'm seeing me being utilized in this fashion, we clear situations, we clear words, we provide clarity, and we handle black people. We're very good at handling. Oh, y'all, you're fighting, you have a disagreement? Let's just come together.
Yeah.
That's really what we're very good at. And myself included. Like I'm like, damn, I'm good at handling black people business, nigga business, bro.
Yeah.
And I say niggas and actually like in a intentional way in this case, because it's like niggas fight. Gods don't fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They don't have to.
They don't have to.
They can communicate.
They can communicate. And that's what we do.
Communication is the key to any relationship.
Any relationship.
If we can get, a blood and a crip in a room to talk,
which is what
we
do.
Realize they're the same people.
Facts, bro.
You realize that the hate that you have for him is really the hate that you got for yourself.
Facts.
And if you can rise above that emotion and start to, think critically, and you can turn that hate into love.
Facts.
Just thinking about it from an objective point of view, like,
bro, which is where we operate from.
Yeah.
We try. That's our intention too.
Yeah.
If
we don't get caught up.
If we don't get caught, and it's effective.
Yeah.
It's effective.
Yeah.
It's very, very effective.
When I'm having these conversations with Christians, for example, it's like we all follow Abraham, though.
Yeah.
And Abraham had a God.
See?
And I might call him Allah because I'm saying his name. I'm saying what we call him in an Arabic tongue, but that doesn't mean that he's a different person than who you're talking about.
Thanks, man.
It just means that I understand him in a different way than you understand him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to bang on you from my religious point of view. I'm having a God conversation, and we're elevating our thoughts because we could be talking about sports.
We could be.
We could be talking about the latest person who died.
Yeah.
We could be talking about any one of these celebrities who are not doing anything.
Thanks.
But we're talking about God. Right?
We're talking about God. We talk, and that's the highest form of conversation, bro.
What better conversation could you have?
There is no better form of conversation. None. At all. And I'm glad. The thing is like when you found out about the podcast, I'm really glad you went to the first episode.
Yeah.
It's God talk.
Like right now, I feel like I'm cheating on myself because I'm giving myself a spoiler for the newest episode by me in here. Like,
I feel
because I'm way back on like episode 4.
Yeah,
I've been binging, and it's like I haven't even heard the episode before this one.
You have it,
so I don't know what's happening right now.
Oh man,
I'm just at 0. Like I'm still at the beginning.
Which is beautiful because what you're doing. That first episode set the stage because it was like, listen, before we get anything, God, all praise is due to Allah.
Yeah.
That's that episode.
I agree.
And it's crazy and it's powerful because it's coming from a brother in the Nation of Islam and it's coming from just a contemporary Christian woman.
But I love the elevation. Like it's like every episode is the next level from the last episode.
Yeah.
And every episode is like it's a continuance. Like I can
Okay.
just it just flows very well.
Okay, and I want to tell you right now, you're on episode 4.
Yeah.
Listening. You're on episode 60 right now, currently.
Yeah, I noticed.
So
I was just like, Jesus. He don't have an episode or two. He has a whole library
catalog
of information.
But just I want you to know, given what you said is very true, and I want you to know that you're already on 4, and you said you've noticed the progression, and I'm telling you right now, it builds up to this point right now. So I'm just letting you know.
I couldn't even imagine where the last episode was at. Like,
bro,
I'm excited to get there, and I'm the type of person I don't like spoilers. So as much as I wanted to do some research to find out where you left off last episode,
you didn't do it?
I couldn't do it.
That's discipline. I'm impressed, bro.
I could, like every day I'm looking at it like, nope, press play on 4 and just keep staying with 4.
I haven't viewed this show as like a saga. You know, because
That's what it is to me.
It is. Oh, no, because I haven't actually taken the time and actually looked where we started and where we are now, and I haven't viewed it as a continue because I've just been we've been cranking out work consistently, just pushing like a bundle a week, like that psychology, just bundle. I haven't actually looked. Or what have those papers done to the people I've touched?
You haven't looked back to see the building or see what you've been building.
I haven't.
Yeah.
No, not especially now with this podcast because this podcast is just fuel for all the other stuff.
I can imagine it being difficult for you because you were there.
Facts, bro.
To go back and just like rewatch all of your old works, like, and the sheer amount of them is like, where do
60.
you?
60, bro. But I'm letting you know that like, bro, it's very real. Like, you coming in at this point and bringing this this.
I'm debating whether I'm going to listen to this episode out of order.
Man, what I do, I listen to them tomorrow. I'm listening to this tomorrow. Like I listen. This is my favorite podcast.
I got you. Yeah.
It's like,
bro, I can't even tell you the amount of people I've had conversations with about being a part of a podcast. Like,
oh yeah,
I was on NFA's. They had a show called The Loft.
Oh, you had one of those episodes?
I was on 3 or 4.
Oh, that's what's up, bro.
In the beginning, yeah. I loved it. It was amazing.
I love The Loft.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, no. And I really loved the what was the main documentary about the nation?
40 Mile.
40 Mile.
40 Mile Journey.
Bro.
Yes, it's so awesome.
So awesome. And I still have my subscription. I haven't been on NFA Studios and actually see the content in a while, but bro, like 40 Miles.
40 Miles is on YouTube.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man. I was like, because that came around like right when I first joined the nation. I was like, man, this is what's up. Man, we got our own, and it's quality content.
You know how awesome it is to be able. People would be like, "So what's the nation doing now?" Oh, let me show you.
NFA Studios.
Go check out 40 Mile Journey.
Yeah.
I love it.
You know what? I haven't. You know what? I need to use it. I need to drop that line. And I need to do that.
It's on YouTube. Just go check. Type in 40.
Thank you for that. Yeah. Thank you for that data, sir. Thank you very much for that data.
It's so. I mean, it shuts it. It shuts the conversation down,
bro. Because what I've realized is people need an excuse not to mess with the nation, bro. And it's what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing?
Every time I see somebody a second time after showing it, it's like, man, I really love that interview. You that was dope. Like that was, I didn't know y'all was doing all that.
Yeah.
Like all praise to Allah.
All praise to Allah. All praise to Allah.
All praise to Allah.
All praise to Allah. So I'm gonna be very clear. People always searching for excuses not to confront the realness of the nation. But really, it's just
because once they confront it, that means they got to do the work.
Facts, and that's my point. They don't want to. They don't want to do the work. So you, instead of actually submitting and doing the work, you need to find a reason why the nation is whatever. So you don't have to look at it.
Exactly.
Because you don't want to do the work. Because once you accept it as real and true, then you're responsible for submitting. So instead of being a grown up, be like, I know that is real. I just don't want to submit. Instead of saying that, you're just like, oh, you guys are cap.
Once you say that, then you realize you're a hypocrite.
Exactly. Most people don't. And there's some people who actually just do that. And it's like, I know. And people have told me when I'm pushing, like, be like, yo, I feel you, bro. Keep doing your work. I'll be honest, bro. Like, I want to smoke and drink.
Yeah. I love my pork.
Facts. No, that's real.
I can't give up my bacon and my pepperonis.
Facts, bro. But at least they're honest. These other ones that are like that love bacon and pepperoni and white Jesus that
I can't stand the ones who don't know that pepperoni is pork.
those people exist.
I know.
I didn't. Wow, that's
To me, it's frustrating. It's like, how do you?
Jesus Christ.
It's the cognitive dissonance.
Damn, you don't know that. Damn, you don't know it's pork.
You don't know what you're eating.
You don't know what you're eating, bro. Damn. But you're trying to tell me what to do?
It's like, how do I start with you?
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
How do we have the conversations that need to be had when you're not willing to put in any work? Any work.
Bro. And let's be very clear. Not eating pork is not work.
Yeah.
Be very clear, bro. Like it's not. If you can't do that. It's not doing that. If you can't not do something, you can't do something. Be very clear.
Yeah.
You can't, and you definitely can't build shit, and you definitely can't build a kingdom. So
you're not going to be easily swayed into the idea that a kingdom needs to be built.
Facts. No, for real. For real.
You think that the one that you're currently living in is satisfactory.
Facts. That's very clear.
You enjoy slavery.
Thank you.
What Kanye West said.
Facts.
400 years, I think that's a choice.
Yeah. People got really bad. Oh, man.
I laughed.
Uh-huh. How did you interpret that?
I know exactly what he was saying.
What was he saying?
He was saying 400 years is a choice because after a certain amount of time, you become, what is the word? What is it when you're Stockholm syndrome?
Yeah. Oh, facts.
You know, after a certain amount of time, it's no longer like you could have figured out a way out of this situation.
Oh, facts, bro.
You've decided that, you know, your captors aren't so bad.
No, for real.
You know,
No, that's real.
You know, I
That's
love my enemy.
Facts.
And,
For real.
you know, whatever he suggests is what we gonna do.
Facts. Facts, man. That's what he was saying. He's saying. Now
That's
he
what
didn't.
I took it as.
He didn't. Facts. He didn't say it like that.
Well, because, you know, his mind is moving 20 times faster than most of us.
It's funny. You guys are both Geminis.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. So it makes sense that you understood exactly what he was saying.
I look at it like most people are walking in a straight line. He's like that kid in the grocery store that's only stepping on the black squares.
Facts. That is Kanye.
Yeah. And so if you're going to try to keep up with Kanye, you got to like step on the black squares.
Facts, man.
Read between the lines.
Facts.
And then you'll understand what he's saying and it won't be confusing.
Facts, man.
But most people don't want to do that.
They don't want to do
thinking.
that. No, hey, yeah, man, I don't want to do that, bro. Man, I don't want to do that.
They want to write him off as crazy.
Oh,
So
especially.
much easier.
Oh, so much easier. So much, and they want to write the nation off as crazy. So much easier than confronting. What are we saying?
I have people that tell me, people gonna think you crazy. I don't care what people think.
Get past that.
Yeah,
Especially when
Kanye's crazy. He's a billionaire.
Yeah, thank you. Yes,
So
thank you.
even in the epitome of your world, he's successful by being crazy.
Facts, bro. So who are you to discredit? Because he's accessible by your standards.
Who are you to write off what crazy is? Who are you to dictate what that means?
Facts, bro. Facts, bro. So in conclusion, that people don't want. I want to be very clear that people don't want to confront the nation of Islam because they don't want to confront themselves and their weaknesses.
For sure.
That's what it is. It has nothing to do with, you can say, blah, 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 we kill Malcolm, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, but that's not what it's about, bro.
They would
That's
rather
not what
look
it's
at the pitchfork devil than look
Facts.
at the devil within.
Facts. It's easier.
Yeah.
Very easy.
When you realize that you are also the devil, so everything that you need to defeat and control is within you,
Facts.
that's work.
It's work.
That's diligence.
You're a very good devil, too.
Discipline.
I'm nasty. I'm a very good devil.
Yeah.
I'm the best.
As good as you want to be.
Facts. To myself, I'm the best. Because I know me the best.
Yeah.
So I'm the best.
And objectively, it's not bad.
No.
It's undisciplined. It's just chaos.
Yeah. And I am realizing that I would not have been anywhere near where I am in life had I not been actually. I'm realizing that martial arts is all about discipline and cultivating that internal willpower to confront that Satan within. Bro,
like I said, there's many ways to get to God, right? You can get to God. You can get to God through martial arts. You can get it just learning a discipline.
A discipline.
is the key.
No, it's real.
It's the beginning.
It's the beginning. It's the portal.
It's taking the step from crawling to grabbing the table, standing and walking, taking your first steps.
Facts, bro. And I'm realizing, like we talked about, there's faith that allows, like, 'cause faith is faith, no matter what quote unquote religion you are. That allows communication between people of faith. It's a flowing, but also there's the same sort of flow between people who are disciplined.
Yeah.
Discipline, personnel,
Recognizes discipline.
or just have disciplines. Like someone, like a black belt in jiu-jitsu, had to probably have a great conversation with someone who is in the Los Angeles Symphony Orchestra.
Yeah.
That's a very high level of discipline required in both fields.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine them being able to communicate well.
Very well.
Once you understand how to discipline,
facts,
you
and
can
then
communicate with discipline.
And then because discipline respects discipline.
It's like game recognizes game.
Facts. Game recognizes game. Discipline respects discipline. It's like, oh, I understand what you had to put in.
You're not gonna hear a football player say basketball players is like shit. They try.
Oh hell no, bro.
Because they understand what they go through.
Yeah, man.
To an extent.
No. There's no. You do not hear that. It's just like, oh, well, all praise is due. The attitude is, oh no, I feel you. I got that. You got that. You got that divine respect.
And if you do hear them say it, it's because they're ignorant.
Very ignorant.
Yeah.
Very, very ignorant. And proud.
I feel the same way about faith. Same way about Christianity. Like, I don't like the people who aren't practicing Christianity, but allow what they're doing to be called Christianity. In the same way that I don't like the people that are calling themselves Muslims, but they're not submitting their will to do the will of God.
No, sir.
And I'm one of them. I often don't like myself because of that same reason. Like,
I understand.
You gotta put in the work if you're gonna be able to walk around calling yourself Muslim.
Facts.
I say I'm striving.
Yeah, facts. Facts. Yes, sir.
That's all we can do, right?
That's it. And then who am I or anyone else to judge? I don't. I'm too busy fighting the Satan within.
There is only one judge.
Facts. And all praise is due to that judge.
Yeah.
Because he is a very good judge.
Yeah.
And he is the just applier of...
Guide me to the best of morals. He is the best of morals.
He is. He's the standard. He is the standard. And the thing is, I am at peace knowing that everything that I do is going to be paid for. Like I know the mathematics behind his calc. It's perfect.
Yeah.
So I know if I catch work, I know it's like I caught the amount of work needed.
Yeah.
Like not even no deviation.
Oh yeah. Because he's not whipping you with the emotional belt.
Facts.
He's
not being
mad at what you're doing.
Not at all.
He's giving you precisely what you needed in order to correct.
Facts. Precisely what I needed.
Yeah.
And I got a taste of it and I needed it. And because before, okay, so like I said, I'm gonna be very quick with this. Before when I got the message and I was like, oh, I still want to do you got the message, but I could probably have it my way too. But now that I tried it my way and got that smoke, not the emotional smoke, just like, bro, I have to do this so you understand. Now I'm emerging out of that being like, okay, no, God's way. I submit.
Yeah.
Like that option, not on the table. Yeah. You feel me? Before it was on the which is why I took that portion because it was on the table.
Yeah.
But now because I took that portion, it's off the table, and then now I feel I can still I can still go back and for me, I always have the choice.
You can always slip.
I can always slip. I could consciously go back and do it. Yeah. But now I'm like, what? Okay, bro.
That's why I don't even say that I've mastered that. Like,
yeah. And that's the crazy about you could at any point you could choose whatever. That's the crazy about you. You have free will. That free will is real, bro.
The second you say you mastered it, that's when the temptation comes in. You know that.
Uh-huh.
You don't say that you mastered it. You just take it one day at a time.
That's it, bro. That's it.
And if you got to distract yourself with some work.
That's right. That's right. But now that I know that, like, okay, I'm not gonna eat that portion. It's off the table. Cool. God, what we gonna do, God? And it's all you, because all praise is due to you.
Yeah.
Let's go. So that's my mentality. I remember when I got lost in time. I remember what I was getting to. Okay. And it makes sense why I got lost, because where I'm going is like it's very tempting to. So in the nation, we're big on just okay. Actually, where are we in time? 25,000 year cycles, right? God cycles, but also in the grand scheme of the totality of the Black Asiatic God existence is trillions, trillions, trillions of years, right? So,
And each god body lives like 1,500 years.
yes, sir. Sir.
Or his rule is no, yeah, his body can live a
His body,
yeah.
yeah. But specifically, we're talking about for the podcast about how we a lot of our people focus on and idolize where we were during the time of Egypt and Kemet,
Yeah.
without realizing that was us on the way down to where we are now. On the way, yeah, the beginning of our end to where the beginning of the slide to the pit we are in now.
Where we had to demonstrate our power in order to believe that we had it.
Facts. Facts.
In order to demonstrate our creativity, in order to understand it. Like we had the ability to paint meadows with the purples and yellows, but now we had to paint them on walls and recreate those purples and yellows because we were starting to become primitive.
Facts.
We were on the decline from the God understanding of things.
Yeah.
Now we got to name everything because we're losing it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's where. But for us as a people, it's very likely for us to idolize the fall.
Yeah.
Right?
Because that's as far back as we can remember.
And that's what it is. Come down to. It's like, okay, well, that is the far, and it's like the dopest shit we can point to.
I look at it like, you ever seen the movie Lean on Me? It kills your brain cells, son. It kills your brain cells. It's a great movie. You should see that.
Is that a quote in the movie? It kills your brain cells?
So the teacher was
why is that relevant?
Because he was doing dope.
Heroin?
I don't remember exactly. He just said dope. He was like,
oh, he said dope.
Yeah, so he was like, that stuff kills your brain cells, son. It kills your brain cells. I look at it like we were at the point of having 100% ability to use our brains. And the Egyptian times was when we were slowly losing that percentage. And it was going down to the point where today we only use 10%.
Facts, man. Facts. So
we created the Caucasian race at some point.
Yeah. Facts.
And, and they're creating robots.
Facts.
Yeah. And the robots, we all believe, will destroy us.
I understand.
Yeah.
If it be the will of Allah.
I mean, I'm not worried about it.
I ain't true.
I ain't true. Because a robot can be turned off like that.
Exactly.
He needs power and electricity.
Facts, bro. You see The Matrix?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, bro. Facts, bro.
I like the part where. Did you know that The Matrix and Terminator are the same movie?
I've had that cognition as an individual.
There's a lady. Her name is Mother of the Matrix. You should follow her.
Oh, okay. And
Mother of the Matrix.
And what did you learn?
I love the part about how
they are the same movie.
Yeah.
No, I'll be very clear. Like, no, it's sure. It's just the rise of the machines.
Yeah. So if you're very into the Matrix, you paid attention to the part where they say that the robots didn't blot out the sun. We did.
Yes, but that's actually the story of the Matrix.
No, it is.
Okay, yeah.
It's all Matrix.
That's Matrix.
But to me, it's just very interesting how
we blot out the sun to stop the robots from getting power. Therefore, they turn to us for power.
They use us.
They use our energy as batteries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, to me, that's just like so poetic.
What specifically is poetic about that?
It's the vicious cycle of like, we created them to use them and make them slaves. Now they're using us and made us slaves.
Thanks.
And the way that they make us slaves is so powerful by giving us everything that we want.
Man. Facts.
It's like you have no needs for anything. Everything that you want is right here.
Yes, sir.
And we still go to work in this matrix and hate work.
Facts.
So this is what we want, is to live in hell.
Man, facts. Facts.
And if we chose a different existence, we could be like Neo and the One and go live in heaven and like.
Facts.
It's just so deep.
That is, man, it's very deep. Yeah. Where does Terminator come into play?
Well, Terminator is just the beginning of the story. We were living in the real world.
Facts. And then Terminator is the start of the rise of machine story.
Before the robots evolved to the point of, I would love to see that middle movie.
That's a great idea for a movie.
The movie in the middle of where we went from the Terminator to the Matrix and blotted out the sun.
Have you not? Wait, time out. Have you not seen the Animatrix? The
I tried to follow it, but some of it was like still black and white drawings, and it was like,
no. Animatrix is a actual movie, and I'm telling it, people listening and you, it tells that story. It exists, and it's a very good movie.
okay, I need to go rewatch it.
Watch Animatrix.
I have it on DVD
It's
somewhere.
watch
I just
Animatrix,
I don't
bro.
even think I have a way to play a DVD right now.
That was the movie that really, like, I was like, oh man, this concept of the Matrix is very real.
And I watched it before I saw
Revolutions, like
no,
the last three.
before I understood they were connected, Matrix and Terminator.
Oh
Because
yeah.
when I watched it, I think I watched it right after the second one.
Yeah.
I watched the second one, then I watched Animatrix, and I just think I was lost.
I understand.
I should go back and watch it though.
I understand. Man, yeah. Oh yeah. We have robot episodes on this podcast. You'll get there. You're kind of close to them. But yeah. Oh man. Those are good episodes, man.
Okay.
Get ready. Because, like we said, like the devil creates AI to compete with God.
Yeah. Oh, well, he's trying his best to be God.
Facts. No, for real. For real.
He wants to be who we worship, and he's successful at that.
He's yeah.
He gives us everything to believe in except the creator of the heavens and the earth. And we believe in all of it.
Yeah, facts.
We sit here and pay homage and worship our televisions.
Facts.
We worship our cell phones.
Facts.
We worship the money that he gives us, which has no value.
Facts. Zero. Myself, I fall into pitfalls of actually make it, like we've had, of making money the objective of anything. It's like, no, if your objective is money, you're going to fail. The objective is Allah.
What you're going to do with it.
What you're going to do. It's like, okay,
build, create.
Exactly. And create for him. Because it's all for him. Because all praise is due to Allah.
Yeah.
And what I'm realizing is, like, if you put him first in everything, you're accelerating your ascension,
own growth.
Your own growth. So it's only for your benefit. So you can't pray too much. You can't do God too much. You can't.
Technically, we're praying all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not recognizing that we're praying is the problem.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Submission to his will, you do that when you breathe.
Facts.
But if you don't recognize that that's what you're doing, then you're not, in the line of divine. You just surviving.
Facts. You know what? And this specific conversation tonight, this episode, is really making me reconfigure my, because you and I are both militant, militarized, but being what I'm getting from this is like, man, bro, you're militant, like, but it's all about internal militarization internally, which is discipline.
Yeah,
that's all it is, bro. It's not going out and fighting niggas, bro.
No.
That's
the lowest form of communication.
Exactly. Physical bodies going together.
You got to be willing because, we live in a physical world.
Facts.
So you got to know how.
Facts.
But you also got to understand that why.
That's real. It's very real. Yeah.
I think Sun Tzu said the true test of a general is to be able to conquer your foe without any war.
Oh, bro. Facts.
Like that's the true test of a general.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I feel like we're at that point.
You conquer the land whole.
Yeah.
Everyone in it submits.
Facts. Everyone just submits, and it's yours now.
Yeah.
And everyone serves you.
Yeah.
That is best case scenario in conquest.
Yeah. And how do you do that? You have to have numbers.
Facts.
You have to have
converts, believers.
Yeah.
It's real. Otherwise, you rape, pillage, and burn. Then what are you taking?
Yeah.
You're just destroying.
Yeah.
Man. And that man.
You're creating enemies essentially.
Facts. Man. These are very big cognitions for just, because I am a fighter.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's very easily to just slide exclusively in that mode of.
Well, I mean, in immaturity, you want to test it.
Oh, bro, facts. Yeah.
But what you don't think about when you think about testing it is there's always somebody bigger and badder and
Oh,
stronger and faster and
facts.
all of that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So like you gonna keep testing it, you gonna get tested.
That's right. And you'll get stolen.
Yeah.
Super stolen.
Yeah.
And then what? Right? Like, you're just.
It's dope to test it in the parameters of a test. Like if
Facts.
this person is also testing what they got and y'all both have a recognition that, this isn't war, this is peacetime. We're just testing.
We just testing.
But when it's like when you change it into war for no reason.
For no reason. For no reason.
Immaturity.
Facts. And risky. Dangerous.
Very.
Very dangerous.
You could lose your life.
No, for real.
All your wisdom is gone.
For real. So it's just, and then fight not unless against those who fight against you.
Yeah.
And that's our MO.
You fight like hell to the death.
Facts. And I think that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
You ready to close this out?
Whenever you are.
You close us out. Do you got anything else to say? You feel it? I think I said everything I need to say. I'm just saying, we're at 2 hours and 10 minutes.
I'm at peace with with everything we discussed.
Me too.
And I recognize that it wasn't even me.
No, not by no stretch. And I'm telling you, like, if you're on 4 and you see the progression, you are very much, you brought the smoke of 60.
All praise due to Allah.
All praise is due to Allah, bro. And this is timely, and it's like, okay, all right, yeah, be humble. I get you, Allah. Thank you, Allah, Mr. Allah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Allah.
Thank you for the hard times just as much as I thank you for the good times.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. And I realize things is like, Allah is the beneficent, the most merciful, the master, but he's the coldest, bro. The game is so
not just
cold.
Not just all praise is due to Allah, but he is worthy of that praise.
Bro.
Who's worthy of that praise?
No one but him, bro.
He don't gotta say all praise is due to Allah. Yeah, praise is due to me. For sure.
For sure.
Because I said B.
Thanks, bro.
And brought all of this.
All of it.
I split an atom with my mind.
He's cold. He's cold. The devil has you thinking that like it's a competition, bro. It's like he had this year. He had me thinking, it's like, man, isn't that? It's never close.
No,
it's never close. That's just a trap. It's like, no.
The devil is God's tool.
Yeah. The devil is God's tool to whip us into God if we choose so. Yeah. So do it.
Do it.
Now I'm like, okay, all right, I got you. Thank you for using your tool to whip me into shape. Now let's go and get it. All praise is due to Allah.
All praise is due to Allah.
Close this out, bro.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Malik yawm-Adin. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. O Allah, we beseech your help and ask your mercy. We believe in you and trust in you for all that we need. We are helpers in your cause, and with your apostle, please grant to us success. Thank you, Allah. We cannot thank you enough. Amin.
Amin.